Statesman Nation, here with Willie Scott as we preview the 2016-2017 women's basketball season. Coach, thanks for coming in for a little bit. We can get right into it and talk about the season, but first off we need to actually rewind a little bit and talk about last year, your first campaign as skipper of the Statesman. So let's talk about last year. Obviously taking over the program, in the springtime, so not a lot of time to recruit. Kind of got the hand that was dealt you, worked through it, and then you guys, had some real good results. I'm sure you're looking for even more this year. So if you can kind of recap last year, and then we'll go from there.
Okay. Well, first and foremost, Wade, it's always a pleasure to sit here and chat with you. Last year was very interesting. When you're a new coach and you're coming in, and your job is to. Sometimes you can come in because a coach has done so well, right. He's moved on,
right.
And he leaves you with some talent and a great team, right. But he's just at another place in his life.
Yep.
Where in my case, it was just the opposite.
Yeah.
So I came in, and obviously we inherited a lot of players that it wasn't really their fault that we felt like they wasn't capable of playing at that level. Mm-hmm. But it was also a transition period where we're in a new conference.
Right. Yeah. And a tougher conference for sure.
A tougher conference. Yeah. So let's make sure we say that.
Yeah. you got three teams in the Final Four last year, and that's a tough conference.
So for me it was tough because we honored all the scholarship players that was here when I got here.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at our roster, and we're starting to work out, and I'm thinking, wow, this is going to be very interesting because these teams are really good that we're going to play in the fall. So my approach was not to ask for some more time to build this program. Yeah. We just kind of jumped in it and decided, hey, we probably won't be as talented as the other teams, but let's just go out and play hard and compete.
Yeah.
And we decided after midway through the season that we'll just pick up the pace and play a little faster, mm-hmm. Because unfortunately we couldn't score the ball from the perimeter.
Yeah.
And you always want to have you want to be guard heavy, mm-hmm. And you also want to have 3-point shooters. I mean, the way the game is played today, if you can't shoot the ball from the perimeter, you're gonna come up short. Yeah. So we knew that, so we figured we'll just press and try to get baskets off turnovers, and we also thought that Philly, who we call her Philly, that's Alyssa Phillips, mm-hmm. did a great job of scoring around the basket. Yeah. But after a while, teams knew that, and so they just kind of closed in on us and made us shoot threes, and we just didn't make any. Mm-hmm. But we ended up winning 14 games, which I thought was still some success to a certain extent. Yep. I wasn't totally happy with that. I thought there was a few games we should have won to get us over the 50% mark. But overall, I mean, it was fun, and it was a challenge. But that's what you expect the first year. Yeah. I know a lot of coaches, they don't win 14 games.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It was a good start, good foundation to build from.
Yeah,
sure.
And it was a great group of good girls, and they went out and they played really hard and mm-hmm. competed, and that's all you can ask for.
Yeah. Just get right into this year. It looks like you got a pretty sizable list of kids you want to talk about here. So, however you want to break it down, it looks like you got them by returners and newcomers. So if you want to go that route and talk about the kids that are coming back to the program first.
Yeah, we can start with that. We actually have some talent coming mm-hmm. back. Yeah. We have Asia Roper, who's played a lot of minutes at the point guard last year. Very fundamentally sound.
Now she's healthy.
And she's healthy.
Yeah.
She was coming off a shoulder injury. It took her a while to get to that point where she can really compete. She sees the floor really well. Mm-hmm. And she knows how to find open man. She can kind of see it unfold before it happened. And that's what I like about it, because that's how I played as well. Like, you could just see it. Mm-hmm. And she also can knock down open shots. Mm-hmm. So we're kind of looking forward to that. We also have Alyssa Phillips, who was honorable mention All-American. Yeah. And for a coach's dream to come back his second year and have All-American player on his team, it's very exciting. Yeah. So we're looking forward to what she does. She committed over the summer. to work on her free throws. I thought that she would have been All-American if she just would have made more free throws.
Yeah, she probably could have
last
added
season.
5-6 more points to her average, to be honest. Yeah,
Yeah.
She knew that. So.
Yeah, so we got her in the gym, and she committed to it, and just making mid-range shots. I mean, she worked on it all summer. So I look forward to her last season, and I think she'll be All-American. I really do. We also have Vasti. Don't ask me to pronounce her last name.
Wabarocha. I figured it out last year. Wabarocha.
You're way ahead of me.
Yeah,
right?
I want to make sure I don't mess this up anymore.
Phenomenal kid.
Yeah.
Just works really hard. Eventually, she's going to be an All-American player as well. You know, she's only a sophomore. Played a lot of minutes for us last year. Kind of carried us a lot of games. She do a little bit of everything. You know, she's outstanding offensive rebounder.
Yeah.
She has a nose for the ball, and she go and get it. You know, and she also committed all summer working on her jump shot and free throws as well. So you'll see a different side of her this year, which we're looking forward to.
Yeah.
You might even see her play a little one. I look at her, and she's so athletic and fast that we figure we'll put the ball in her hand and see if she can push us in transition sometime where she don't have to always give it to a point guard. So we're going to kind of play her as a point four, which would be exciting to watch. And she's going to make a three this year, too. So
I'm going to... we're going to look back at this one that he said that Vashi's going to make a three. So I totally believe you can do it, B. But we've got it marked down here that
she will
you
make
said
a three this year.
Okay.
I guarantee you that.
All right.
We have a young player that's coming back. Didn't play a lot last year. Tyra Johnson, long, athletic for her size. Actually could shoot threes as well. So we're really excited about what we have coming back. She's gotten stronger. She plays really well around the basket. But what I like about her is she's at least 6 feet, 6'1" maybe, something like that. But she can face the basket and score. And that's what we like about her. She's long, she can defend, she can run the floor. So looking forward to her getting a lot of minutes this year. Obviously, she'll bag up some of our veteran bigs, but I think she's going to do a really good job. Brianna McCray, we call her B-Mac. It's Mac Truck. Last year did a lot for us. Unfortunately, with her condition, she just didn't play a lot of minutes. She get tired real fast. Over the summer, we dropped about 30 pounds. So she could play more minutes. But as you know, she's a beast around the basket. And she's been playing really well. You know, last year she also had surgery on her knee. So she's 100% healthy. And I think she's going to be a huge plus for us.
Really good finisher around the basket.
It's hard to guard her.
Yeah.
You know, and a lot of players are scared of her because she's so big. But she's also worked on a mid-range jumper as well. Because of the way we're going to play this year, we're looking for players that can shoot the ball, not just score around the basket like last year. Shanika Bryan, very interesting topic. She has a lot of problems with her knees, and we've just decided that it's a possibility that she's going to get a shot to kind of take away the pain, and she's going to be able to play this year. Very skilled, D1 transfer, about 6'2.5". Very good passer out of the post, which is what we're looking for. Can also score around the basket, and she also can shoot perimeter shots as well.
She does have a tough
very well for her size. And I think last but not least, we have Bry Mosley. Last year she did not play. When I arrived here in April, they had a faculty student game, and she played in it and tore ACL. So last year she sat out the entire year. She's healthy now, very athletic, get to the basket, very good defender. She kind of remind you of a Vasti. So to have two of them out there would be great for us. So I'm kind of looking forward to her. She's going to play a lot this year, surprisingly. So those are the returners. We did go out this year and recruit a lot of players. We felt like if we had a chance, if we were going to have a chance to win the title, that we was going to have to go out and get three-point shooters, players that can score the ball. So we were very blessed to land Sarah Hansen, All-American, Really small player, but really shoots the cover off the ball from anywhere. And she's been working on her defense, and the only thing we questioned at the beginning was her motor, but she just hadn't played a lot over the summer. And now that she's getting in the rhythm, we can see that she's going to be really good on both ends, but can really score the ball. She actually scored 40 points twice last year in junior college. And that's the piece that we were missing last year. So she's going to make some threes as well.
No, definitely. No, I definitely believe she'll make threes. And she's a military kid, so I actually kind of think it's interesting that you were worried about her motor. I would think she would be going nonstop, but if she hadn't played... So motor is a little bit different in
basketball motor.
Basketball motor is definitely a different thing. But I got a feeling she can get herself in shape pretty quick. So.
She's already missed 2 weeks of school because she's committed to the Army, and she has to go and train and whatever they have to do. So she hasn't had an opportunity over the summer to play a lot of basketball. But she's getting in the rhythm now, and very excited. She has made a mark on our team, and everybody respects her as far as someone who can score the ball.
Yeah, definitely.
We have Gian Geraldo. She's also a junior college transfer from Marshalltown. Averaged 19 points and 9 rebounds a game. Huge get for us. She can really score the ball. She's very smart with the ball. What I like about her, she plays like an older player. Like, she doesn't get out of control, and it doesn't bother her when you pressure her. She finds the open man. Very calm, a mature player, which is going to help us out a lot. We also have Morgan Neely. Very small player. She's a junior college transfer as well. Super fast. Kind of remind me of myself a little bit. I always tell her that, although I told her I was much better than she was. But, she's super fast. She really guards the ball well. So you'll see this year that she's going to cause some problems with players bringing the ball up. And right now we're just kind of working on teaching her how to utilize her speed. Like right now she just plays fast all the time. And when you're that fast, you want to learn how to break up your speed a little bit and shift gears a little bit, slow down, get under control. You don't have to beat your man all the time in the race. And she's getting better. So I think that she'll be a plus coming off the bench this year as well. Very good kid. Helena was here last semester, but she wasn't eligible. Really good point guard from ICC. Sees the floor really well. She won't be eligible until the second half, but we all anticipate her coming in and probably starting for us at the 1. Handles the ball really well. Keeps the tempo of the game under control, which is what we're looking for. She knows how to advance the ball to like Philly and other guys who get out and run. So I think she'll be a huge plus for us. Jelena Webb, she actually came from my AIB where I was at as well. And she had a great year. I think she was all conference in the MCC. She only has 1 year left as well. Really shoots the ball well, can score it, phenomenal defender, and just the type of player that we're looking for. We have a lot of players that obviously is going to play a role, and she's mature enough to understand that, and so it's going to work in our favor. As the list goes on, Jessica Warren, 6'3" center. This way, we don't have to depend on Alyssa Phillips to play the post all the time. I thought she did a phenomenal job last year, but she's an undersized post. Now we have a legit post that can score around the basket, but can also step away from the basket and make mid-range shots, run the floor like a deer. I think she's probably going to be All-American player. I hope I don't have to eat those words.
I will not hold you on that one. That's a big task of Jessica, but I've seen her practice. She's very impressive.
I think she has a shot. And the reason I say that, Wade, is because when we look at the centers in our league, she's more athletic. She actually can almost dunk the ball. And she just scores it really well around the basket. So, I mean, obviously, when the lights come on, all of these players that we talking about that sound like they so great,
right?
They still have to get it done.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
So this is all based on if they can play
on
with
paper.
the
On this paper, they are amazing. They are all 100-point scorers.
Yeah.
The next Michael Jordan. Right?
Exactly. On paper, we shouldn't even have to go out and play. That's
Exactly.
how good it
Yeah.
is. But obviously, you know how that goes.
Yeah, you're beating UConn every night with this roster on paper.
Right. So we also have Siobhan Watkins, who's also a JUCO transfer from Peoria, Illinois. I know her family really well. That's where I played at. Very tough kid. She actually played in the Nationals for ICC a few years back and just had a phenomenal run. You know, so we was lucky to get her. Obviously, she's one of the top players on our team, and I think she's going to have a great season as well. We have a young kid that's really interesting, Kashonda Williams from Chicago. This kid is a freshman, and for Marshall High School, which they're very known for basketball, women and men. The women's team, the head coach, she's like a legend in Chicago. So she called me up and said, hey, I have this kid I want you to look at. And I said, well, you know, we almost done with our roster.
Right.
It's kind of late. And she said, hey, look, this kid played on the boys' football team. I said, so is it a boy or girl?
Yeah, what do we got here?
You do know I coach girls, right?
Yeah.
She's a girl, but she's just like a guy.
Yeah.
And this little kid has come in, Wade, and put on a show.
Yeah.
Just a great point guard, tough, obviously physical toughness.
Yeah.
Defend, really good with the ball. And I believe as a freshman, and as you build your program, it's going to be hard for freshmen to come in and play right away if you're going to be good, which we plan on doing. But this is a kid that has broken the ice. I mean, she's going to either start or she's going to play a lot of minutes. And she just came in from day one and established that, hey, I'm here to play basketball, get an education, and she's done a great job. Definitely. So she'll be fun to watch. We also have Kate. Don't ask me to pronounce that one either.
I'm going to go Yalato, or Jatello.
Jatello.
Yeah,
and
sure.
I do apologize
Why'd you ask me?
for people who come on the site and hear me interview, and he don't even know his players' names. He don't even know half of these kids, but I just...
You got some tough names on there, man.
Some of these names, I apologize. I tell them all the time, look, we're going to go with your first name, we're going to go with your last name.
Or we're going to go with your nickname, which is Bob. Because it's a lot easier to remember.
But I tell you what, here's a kid that we recruited last year. We brought her to a game, her and her parents. She sat behind the bench, and we actually got demolished that night. So I brought her in the locker room after the game, and I said, you know, we didn't play well tonight, but next year we're going to be really good. And here's a kid, I told her right in front of the team, I said, here's a kid that's going to start for us next year. I didn't even know if she could play. But at that point, it was like, we need players.
Right.
So when she decided to take the scholarship, Wade, she had one question. She said, Coach, do I have the same opportunity to play varsity as everyone else? Because I was explaining to her that we have a lot of players coming in. They're veterans, they're seniors, transfers, junior college kids.
Right.
She said, I just want the same opportunity, and if I can have that, then I'm coming to William Penn. I want to play for you. This kid came in over the summer and lit everybody up, like just took care of the business. We all fell in love with her, and she's probably going to start. She shoots the ball, I won't say as well as Sarah, but really close. Yeah. So for us to have two kids on our team that really shoots the ball well, it's going to make all the difference in the world. Just that alone. Right. So we're really excited about her as well. I want to make sure I don't leave anyone out. We have Dallas. Dallas is a player that's also coming in as a transfer, really shoots the ball well. Good size, big guard. We can post her. She's struggling a little bit right now, only because where she played at, she shot all the balls. And now we have so many players that can score it from different positions that once she calmed down and realizes she don't have to score it all the time, I think she's going to fit right in.
Right.
And most of these kids have that problem. You know, they're coming from a school. Sarah shot every ball.
Yeah.
You know, to score 40 points, you have to.
Mm-hmm.
But she also understands now that she's surrounded with players that can score it as well.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just going to make us better. And I think they're all starting to buy into that. This year, we're trying to score 80 points a game. We averaged about 62 points 60, a game last year.
Right.
Had the worst three-point percentage. I don't even want to say the number, but it was the worst.
It was fairly low. Free throws were something else that you guys gave some plus some points out there.
From the free throw.
Right.
I mean, it's unheard of. But those are growing pains.
Yeah.
You know, and if you're a good coach and you have a good staff, you go out and you rectify that problem over the summer, and that's what we've done. We've committed to that, and I really like our chances. I think the biggest concern I would have is if we stay healthy. You know, and what I've learned from coaching women, not that men doesn't get hurt, but the women get hurt a lot faster. All kind of injuries.
Yeah.
And if we just stay healthy, we're going to play fast, we're going to play exciting, and obviously we're going to defend, but I just want to put more points on the board.
Yeah.
I'd rather lose 88 to 85 than to lose 65 to 41, you know, like just not scored enough.
Yeah, right.
You know, so that's how we're going to play, and they've done a great job up to this point. I'm very excited about what we're doing. I know last year, you know, they picked us next to last, and I was a little salty about that, although they didn't know me.
New to the conference, everybody. I mean, our team and you. So
but I'm not going to ever be the last place team. I don't care where I play at. So I proven last year that, you know, we're not going to be the worst team in the league, and this year we're going to go for it.
Yeah.
I think we have enough talent. The coaches, you know, I have a lot of respect for the coaches in this league. They're very well coached. They have really good teams, and this year I think we have a team just as good. And you know, we're gonna let the chips fall where they fall, but we're gonna compete every night, and we're gonna make more shots.
Definitely. There you go. Let's break down the schedule a little bit and then talk about conference. And I mean, you kind of already alluded to a little bit of that, but this is the very weird year. And let's see if these things get switched up after this year. But you only have 4 non-conference games. Excuse me. So I mean, it's pretty much heart, and then you get a couple games that really don't matter as much. But I guess talk about the non-conference and how you feel like that's going to prepare you guys for conference-wise. Yeah, we decided. I mean, you know, a lot of coaches they go out and they get some easy wins. They schedule teams they know they can beat. I'm a little different. I wanted to prepare for the conference, so we play some really tough teams. We start off with a Division I team. Obviously, if we lose that one, we don't count it on the record. Exhibition.
With Western Illinois, but Saint Xavier and Olivet, Nazarene, very good teams.
Yeah, very
you
good.
know,
Olivet's they're like the Grinnell of women's basketball. They just push it up and down and score 100 points at will.
And the reason I chose to play those 2 teams is because they would get us ready for the conference. Yeah. And hopefully we can win, but if not, we just want to be in the game, you know, and to show that we can handle the pressure. And that's why I hand select those 2 teams back-to-back, which would be a big challenge for us. But I think because we have so many conference games, I don't know if we would play those type of players in the conference. Yeah. And if we run into someone who want to try to pressure us, we'll be prepared for that. Then we have Hannibal, which I think we should win. If we just go out and take care of the business. I mean, we don't just walk in there and they give you a W. So, you know, we have to go out and compete every night. But I feel real good about the preseason schedule. It's going to prepare us. I mean, I've never played a conference where we have so many conference games. But I think that's going to cause problems for other teams, not just ourselves.
Oh, yeah. Everybody's got to deal with the 26 game schedule.
That's right. That's right. So
every night you got to get up for the game. You don't have to just lay back and say, all right, let's just win this one and walk away. I mean, you got to step up and play 40 full minutes against almost everybody out there.
And my philosophy as a coach that's how I approach games anyway.
Right.
I was like that as a player, and I'm like that as a coach. So for me, it doesn't matter who we playing. We should go out and play it like it's your last game anyway, and we're gonna instill that in our team.
Yeah.
So I think hopefully, if they buy into that, we're not gonna have a problem playing the same teams all the time.
Right.
I mean, it's just basketball.
Yeah, exactly. Conference-wise, Coach, again, 3 teams went to the Final Four. There were ended up being 4 teams out of the conference that made it to nationals, and ended up being Mid-American Nazarene beating Baker in the championship game. So the heart is strong, and it's
strong.
going to be strong again this year. I don't think there's any question about it. I guess preview the conference just a little bit. Some of the top teams that you figure might be in there, or just overall, it's going to be strong.
Yeah, I mean,
it's hard to say. It's hard to
it
estimate who's got what. So.
Well, I mean, I've done my homework, and obviously Mid-America, they're one of the top teams. I mean, they won the national championship last year, and actually the year before they were very good as well. And they're going to be good this year.
Yeah.
You know, the exciting part about that, Wade, is that last year in the second round of the playoffs, we only lost to them by 4.
Exactly. Give them a good push,
Yeah, and I don't think we were great, you know, obviously by no means, but I think our team is going to be so much better this year.
Right.
And when you take the top team and you feel like you can compete with that team,
right,
then you should be able to compete with anybody.
Exactly.
You know, so that's kind of our approach. And they're like that team that, you know, you...
And they should be. And they should be the bullseye right now that you're trying to hit. So.
But then Baker, we struggle with them because Mid-America and Baker were 2 different type of teams.
Yeah.
Baker was huge, long, shot it well, closed the middle up on us. You know, so we struggled with that kind of team last year. Whereas this year, they won't be able to play us that way. I mean, they're going to have to cover shooters this year.
Yeah.
So I think we're going to be one of the most surprising teams in our conference. I don't think, well, unless they come on the site and listen to me, maybe I shouldn't say that. But we're going to be different. I mean, we have players.
Yeah.
And my biggest thing is, as long as we can compete, and we don't have to have the best players in the country, but if we have players that can compete with everybody else, I just feel like we have a chance.
Definitely.
You know, so I think last year there were coaches who just sat down on me and kind of laid back because they knew they would beat us anyway. My goal is to make them stand up.
Yeah.
You know, so we want them to know we're in the building.
Yeah.
Now I know we're not going to win every game, but I'm looking forward to competing with some of the top teams. Central Methodist will be really good again. And Benedictine is always solid.
Yeah.
And those are the teams, the Cobra Stocktons, and those players are, I mean, those teams are very respected in our conference. So we know those are going to be dogfights. But I feel like if we can compete with those teams, catch them off guard a little bit, I think we have a run at it. I really do. I know you and anybody else that's listening might think this dude had lost his mind. But
hey, make me eat my words when it comes March, you know.
You know, I study these teams. You know, I'm a film fanatic, and I've already started watching games from last year just to compare. And I do, and I must say that those teams are very good. Yeah. And I must say that last year we wasn't even close to as good as they were. And I just feel like this year, at least we're going to be able to compete with them.
You bridge that gap.
Yeah, so I feel good about that.
Definitely.
You know, last year, I probably would have never said it publicly that I knew it was games we just couldn't win. That we would compete, but we just going to come up short.
Right.
I never even thought I would say that way, but it was true. This year, I feel like we can go into the game knowing at least we have a chance to win, whether we win or not. So I feel really good about that.
Definitely. Finally, Coach, just the overall keys to success. You know, you guys have a lot of new kids, but a lot of good returners back. Outside of, obviously, just staying healthy, like you mentioned, you know, what are some of the things that are just going to be big keys for you guys to reach your goals?
I think first and foremost, they got to trust each other. Trust each other. That's valuable. I mean, we have some returners and we have a lot of new players, so we basically have a new team. because a lot of the players, even from last year, didn't play a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have a lot of players that played last year that's not even on varsity this year. So they have to learn to trust each other.
Right.
I think that's one of the most important key points. Two, I mean, we have to get stops. I mean, we have to be a very good defensive team, and we work on it every day.
Mm-hmm.
Still have a long way to go, but I think if we just get better every week, I think we have a chance. You know, I think that's very important. And just buying in. Every day, I try to explain to our team that you come in here for 2 hours out of your day, and you have to give 100%.
Yep.
You know, each and every player individually first has to come in, and then it all comes together, you know, and they also starting to buy in on that as well. Mm-hmm. So just coming in and being prepared to go to work every day.
Right.
Those are important. You know, we have a new system. We're going to play a different way. Mm-hmm. Obviously, we're trying to score more points. And I think the last key point is that there's going to be players that played last year that got a lot of shots. Mm-hmm. Well, this year you have players who could put the ball in the basket. How are you going to adjust to that?
Yeah.
You know, are you going to be okay with that? That's going to be very interesting to see how that unfolds.
Right.
Can they give up a little something
for the team victory?
For the team.
Right.
And if we can all get on the same page, it doesn't matter who leads us in scoring one night. The next night it might be somebody else. Mm-hmm. And if everybody's okay with that, we'll have a really good team.
Definitely. All right, Coach. Well, we've got a little less than a month before the first game, so best of luck in continuing to progress and getting the team ready. We'll be watching everything, especially some of those promises you made.
Did I use promise? Did I say promise?
I got a feeling you said guarantee in there somewhere. But again, best of luck this year. We'll keep everybody abreast of the situation of everything, how you're doing, and just go get them.
We really appreciate it, and thanks for your time.
All right.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, man. All right.